Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to ASAP Finance.
Let's go. We're here with my boy Sam Maston. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We are bringing you guys back for episode 2.
Dude, episode 1, out the ballpark. Thank you guys. What did we hit?
Oh
million follows.
We hit 1 million streams in 24 hours,
Dude.
a record in the podcast industry. And we now have 2 million followers on Spotify. So thank you guys so much for that.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll probably set it with this episode, so
Probably
don't be surprised.
Double, triple it, maybe. Even.
I mean, at least. So we really just want to say thank you to all you guys who listened. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So we're here to provide more content and just keep supporting us because we love you guys. We love all million. What was the number? I don't even know. It was too much.
It was just really big.
It was like Googleplex or something. Okay, well, let's get into it. You guys, after watching the first episode, if you're listening to this right now and you haven't watched the first episode,
watch first episode.
Switch back. Go click the first episode. Don't start with the second one. Come on. We taught you guys where to invest your money for a retirement account. Roth IRA, greatest retirement account, greatest account of all time.
Easily.
But you guys are probably wondering, how do we get money to invest in the account? So this is what we're here for, whether you're in school right now, in college or high school, even like 12-year-olds that are looking to make some money around the neighborhood, or people that are working a 9 to 5 and they're looking to just get some extra money in their pocket. We're just here to help. And let's hop right into it, right?
Of course.
Anything else?
Other than these little cars right here.
Okay. Oh, these are some beautiful cars right here. That's good photographer probably took these. Okay, so valet. This is a job that I personally do. I have a lot of fun doing it. I used to do it. I'm sort of taking a break right now after I broke my collarbone. I can't really run too much, but
you're just gonna mention this every episode, or
what do you? I mean, okay. So the cars here. These are the pictures of the cars that I actually took. Valet, you basically just like a steakhouse or a hotel hires you, and you show up. Usually for steakhouses, it could be all day. Hotels, it's all day. Sometimes it's just in the evening, and you basically just sit outside, wait for cars to pull up into your lane. You greet them, hand you a ticket, and they go inside the restaurant for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, and you don't see them until they come out, and then they hand you your ticket, and then you match the keys with the cars, go get their car, and they give you money for it. It's literally that simple. It's the easiest money. Like it's not rocket science even close. It's the opposite of rocket science, if that is even a thing. And one of the biggest things that I personally enjoy about valet is the people that are coming to valet. It's not going to be like people that aren't rich or aren't wealthy or haven't have been successful in their life. It's people that know how to take care of their money. They're either business owners, they're investors themselves, venture capitalists, and so forth. They're coming to these restaurants, and you can get connections with these people because, I mean, if they're going to trust you with their car, it's so easy to have a conversation with them. Like these cars here is Ferraris and Aston Martins, and this one's actually, shout out to Fisker in the bottom right here for the people watching on YouTube. Fisker's they're a company that's planning electric cars in the future. The Ocean is coming out, right? What is that, 2024, Sam?
Something like that.
Yeah, 2024. Anyways, so valet, it's just an easy job, and you get connections, and anytime you can learn so much from these people that are coming in that you'll see, because you'll get regulars from the same restaurant and the same hotel, and you can just connect with them and be friends with them, and it's just a great time. I don't know. I'm blessed to have the job, and I hope I can get back into it. And it also just keeps you in shape. So make sure you check out Google, whatever city you're in. See if you guys have valet. I do Royal Parking. I know PMC is a good one for the East Coast. They're really big on the East Coast of USA. So make sure you do your research if you're interested. A lot of fun cars to drive, and make sure you learn how to drive stick too. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean that job seems all right now, but if you want like an actual cool job, delivery drivers. Okay, this is I've been doing this for almost like 2 or 3 years now. I personally do DoorDash. I used to do Postmates, but it's not really as good, at least in my area. I mean, it does depend on like the city you live in. Some cities Postmates is huge, like New York City, for example. But yeah, like I got really into this during like quarantine is when I started doing it a lot. And it was nuts because there were so many people ordering.
Takeout was crazy.
Yeah. And on the weekends, I'd be making like $30 to $40 an hour with tips. And I'm literally just driving around, picking up some food
and
dropping it off, playing some music, listening to the number one podcast in the world, ASAP Finance. And it's pretty fun, to be honest. I mean, some people like to do that. They just go out for a drive and play some music. You can do that
to get paid
with this. exactly. And they have like incentives. One weekend they had this crazy one. It was like I did 30 deliveries that weekend, which is pretty doable, like 3 or 4 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they gave me an extra $300, which was great. And then you can also write off all of your gas mileage and your oil changes on your taxes, which is great because you are putting some extra miles on your car if you're doing that. I mean, shout out to like if you got like a real nice like miles per gallon car, like you got the Priuses, you're pushing like 30,
Yeah.
40 miles per gallon. This is, oh my gosh, this is such an opportunity.
Dream job right here for you.
Because you will not be using a lot of gas.
Or even Uber. I don't think we talked about Uber or Lyft, but those are also great jobs as well.
For sure.
If you have the nice car. But I mean, if you're trucking a big truck, Ford 350 or whatever, 250, and you have 12 miles to the gallon, you might want to consider another way to make some money on the side. You get like free food before, right?
Dude, all the time. Sometimes people will like cancel their orders, and I mean they're not gonna take the food back, so they just let me keep it.
Yeah.
I mean our roommate one time,
that's clutch.
He was doing a McDonald's delivery, and the people just canceled the order, and it was like late at night, and it was a big order. It was like $50 in McDonald's, and he brought it back to the apartment, and we had it like that whole weekend. So it's pretty nice.
I mean, yeah.
They also have like partnerships with Get Upside Gas and other gas places that'll get you discounts on your gas.
Yeah, the write-offs you can write off like all your like oil changes and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you already say that? Okay, my fault.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault.
But now they really know that I can.
Now, yeah, you can't forget.
They're not going to forget that now.
They're not going to forget that.
So yeah, I mean, if you want a valet, like, or you can do this.
Okay, I mean, what you get McDonald's for that? What you get McDonald's for delivery driver? This is something I forgot to mention actually about valet. If you do go to a steakhouse and you're tied up with a steakhouse, then they make meals for people, for like the employees. So steakhouses usually open at like 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. excuse me, and then they stay open the whole day. So their workers might be there all day. So they'll make you guys a family meal. If you're a valet at a restaurant, just walk in and ask them, be like, do you guys have a family meal? Is it okay if I get some? I have I have a 7-hour shift ahead, and like 99% of the managers are going to help you out. And that's just way better than McDonald's. So, I mean, delivery driver, valet, drive nice cars, or drive the same car that you drive every day. I mean, let's be honest here. What are people going to choose? Let's be honest.
Fair. I think they're actually going to choose babysitting and pet sitting.
I mean,
if I'm being honest,
this is a classic right here. You can't go wrong with babysitting and pet sitting. I mean, it's literally the easiest job. There's your dog right there, Tucker, right?
Yep.
And then your cat,
Bella.
Nice. Shout out to them.
All the YouTube viewers, those are my pets. Blow them up.
Okay, no, but this is really the easiest thing out there. If you're like a friend with a neighbor or someone, literally just like go out and talk to them. Just be like, hey, I saw you, like, I love your dog, or like, I want to walk your dog. If you ever need help, if you're ever out of town, I'd be happy to help with anything you need. You don't even have to mention money, because chances are the neighbors are probably going to pay you anyway. So be like, oh yeah, I got you. Here's a gift card. They'll at least give you a gift card. And you can be like, oh, you can just give me cash next time. Or, I mean, if you offer and they don't pay you the first time, then you don't have to do it again. Like, or just say something like, oh, can we work something out? You don't have to bring up the money, but if they don't pay you, then you could say something to them. I mean, they're your neighbors, so they'll probably be nice. And if you're helping them, they're going to help you out. And then babysitting is a really big one. I think there's a lot more benefits in babysitting than pet sitting. Pet sitting, you're obviously just, you take out the dog, go for a 15-minute walk, feed them, and then you're done. You don't really have to stay at their house. But babysitting, you can really take advantage of like just staying at someone's house, having Wi-Fi. Usually people who you're watching their house, they'll be like, oh yeah, help yourself to anything in the pantry, make anything in the fridge you want. Obviously you might be cooking for the kids themselves, so you can just grub out as well. Maybe you might get takeout, and that's all on that. Like, you don't have to pay for any of that, which is honestly just a big plus of babysitting. Have you ever babysitted, Sam?
I've not. My sister did for a while.
Okay.
And it is good money. Yeah. I mean, like there's like nannying websites, and even websites like Nextdoor. If you're posting about yourself on there you can babysit at some nice houses.
That's true. It's true.
That would be definitely cool. A good one.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, there's people who babysit like night shifts too, and they're like, so if the parents, say for example, parents are like, they're going out for dinner, or they want to have a date night every week, that's the easiest like side hustle, where you could just be there once a week, and like they go out, say every Monday night, you're there every Monday night from 5 to 12 p.m. and you get paid for 7 hours. You put the kids to bed at 7 or 8 p.m. Then you get paid for another 4 or 5 hours, and you just have to chill at their house. You'd be chilling at your house anyways at that time. So it's like, it's literally just, it's so easy just to make money. And I mean, maybe you can find a house that babysits and dog sits, and you just, that's double. That's 2 in 1 right there. That's why we kind of put it on the same slide and we're talking about it together.
And I mean, speaking of pets, I'm not sure if the viewers can hear this, or the viewers and listeners can hear this, but our roommate actually has a kitten who's right in the room next to us, who's just yapping up over there. So we apologize if that's picking up.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's not.
All right, next up, web design and community manager. I think this one's pretty underrated, if you ask me. It might sound, it's not for everyone, it's more like a more techie thing. Especially because, like nowadays there's Discord's pretty big, for example, like a lot of crypto NFT stuff, and like gaming, just anything like that, it's on Discord. And even like famous people make Discord servers just to have all the community in one place, and they don't really know much about Discord. And setting up servers can be pretty time consuming for them. So that's another like great side hustle you can pick up, because there are some pretty complicated bots and permissions that you have to set up for like a decent community that's going to be pretty large. And like people will pay to do this. Like I've done this a few times before. Especially if you know someone that might be making a server, they will pay you to get it set up if you can do a good job. And the more times you do it, it gets so easy.
Well, they're not paying you chump change. They're not paying you $10.
No, they will pay you good money for this.
You're getting good money, and they'll probably pay you like if they say, oh, I want this done and this done, and they're like, oh, it might take 6 hours, and you take 10 hours, you can probably have a conversation with them and be like, okay, what you're asking for is a lot more time than I need. So if you're willing to pay for the extra time, I'm still willing to do the whole job. And you got to just keep in mind that in your business mind, like anytime you're dealing with money, just make sure that you negotiate so they aren't cheating you out of time and you aren't cheating anyone out of money or anything.
Mm-hmm. And similarly, building websites is pretty good. I tried to get into this a year or two ago. Couldn't quite. I'm not that good for it. It does require a little bit of coding experience if you're not building it on something like Wix, which most people do not want you to do. But you can just outsource this. If you reach out to your local bakery shop and you're like, hey, I really like you guys, but you don't have a website. Let me help you out. They're like, sure, we'll pay you $1,000. And then you hop on Fiverr, you look for a web person, you ask, hey, I need you to make a website for my bakery. And then they make it for you for $500. And then you send it over to the bakery shop. Yeah. You just made $500 and did nothing.
Yeah.
It can be that easy.
Do you know the term for that?
Outsourcing.
Is that just it? Is that it? I thought there was another word, but never mind. Maybe it is just as simple as outsourcing.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Maybe the viewers will leave a comment.
Yeah.
If we're being silly here, please correct us.
No, yeah, I think you're right. And then also ads, like Facebook ads. My
Yeah.
brother, he started like a little, unfortunately it didn't work out too well, but I'll get to that. He started a little like a t-shirt company, and he made like a poker thing. Like it was like a poker I barely know her shirt with like dice on it. And he just literally he watched YouTube and learned how to do Facebook ads, and he ran the ads, and he sold like 20 shirts. But unfortunately, Facebook took him down because they said he was like endorsing gambling. So, I mean, he was in NC, so gambling laws weren't legal then. But maybe if you're another state, you don't have to worry about that. But Facebook ads are another easy way where you can run it, not even just if you have a personal business yourself, but if someone else needs to run ads for even just like a fundraising event. Like if someone's doing a 5K run or something, you can like reach out to them and be like, hey, do you guys need ads? I can run a few ads and you just get paid. And then maybe they'll hit you up next year too when they have the event. If it's not a whole business. Exactly.
And even like for that bakery shop example, you could reach out and be like, hey, I made your website. Would you want to run Facebook ads on here? And we could split it. Then it's like 70-30. Because running ads on your site does make you money. Yeah. And a lot of times they'll be like, sure.
Stacks on top of each other.
Exactly.
Sooner or later, you'll be running a whole business with all these coding. Like I'm serious. Like you'll be, if you stay consistent enough and you're getting enough clients, who knows? You might just have a business out of it without even knowing, which is crazy.
I mean, but these are some jobs, for maybe the young people, maybe the older people. What about college kids?
That's true. College kids. Okay, let's be honest. Probably the best job you can have that's consistent everywhere is mowing lawns. You literally, all you need is a lawnmower, and you just go out to your neighbors. We know a few people that actually are either working for a landscaping business or they just mow lawns themselves. You literally just go out and talk to your neighbors, be like, hey, we'll mow your lawn. If you team up with some people, then we're going to be fine. and you guys can just do the money or do the job in like 30 minutes and you're done. And you both just split the money and you get paid and just repeat the process until you can't find anyone else, right?
Yeah, and actually, me and a good friend of mine, his name's Ryan. We in middle school, we actually started a lawn mowing business, and it's crazy. I don't think people understand. Like if you have two people mowing a lawn, it's even if you're not just mowing, edge and trimming the whole thing, like 30 minutes is a pretty good estimate, unless it's some sort of mansion. And normally they'll pay you 35, 40, $45. So that's pushing like $100 an hour.
Yeah.
And as like even in like, we started this in middle school. You don't have to be super old to do this, especially since it's nearby, it's in the neighborhood. You usually have a lot of the equipment. And I mean, just like the thought of like having all your clients, having to manage with them, communicate with them, it teaches you a lot of core values. And I think it did help me out a lot.
Yeah. Sounds like an easy job, easy
Very
way to
much
make
so.
money any time of the year, honestly. Because I mean, grass doesn't grow as much in the winter, but still it's just so consistent. But if it is in the winter,
I mean, not really at all in the way.
but if it is in the winter, guess what?
Exactly.
It might be snowing. And you know what else we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about shoveling driveways. We live in North Carolina, so it doesn't really snow that much. But I mean, maybe if you're up a little more north and you get more snow every year, maybe you can make a business out of this every season. But literally just go up just like you would mowing lawns. You just go up to their door and ask them, hey, there's a storm coming. You can either ask them before the storm or after, and you can be like, hey, there's ice in your driveway. I have a shovel. I'd love to help you out. Me and my friend are here. We can finish it in an hour and we'll charge you $50 or whatever you charge. Whatever, or you can be like, oh, we'll do the job, whatever you're willing to pay, we'll take as much and leave the ball in their court, And most of the time you're probably going to be pretty happy with what they give you, because people are usually generous in a storm. So yeah,
For sure. And I mean, like I said, these college students, sometimes they don't want to, be commuting all over the place for a job.
That's very true.
But you don't actually have to commute some of the time.
You don't at all. There's universities. There's university jobs if anyone's in school, and they usually bigger universities usually have a lot more jobs, but they're so convenient. You can literally, if they have a gym, they need people in the gym. If they have a library or anything, then you can literally just sit in the library, and usually you don't have to do much. You literally just sit there, and if students don't ask that many questions often. People are pretty, they know how to get around campus, right? So you can literally just sit there and get paid to do your homework. Or even just play a game, right? Like we have a VR studio at NC State, which is awesome. And they literally sit there, and if no one's coming in, they can literally go play VR games, which is insane. Play Beat Saber. We were playing that earlier. So, I mean, it's just easy. It's literally the easiest job.
For sure. And I mean, a lot of people these days, you guys probably watch a lot of TikTok, maybe not. People like Charlie D'Amelio, like 4 or 5 years ago, nobody knew who they were. And then they post a bunch of dance videos every day. And soon enough, they have millions and millions of followers and are making millions of dollars every year. I mean, content creators and media editors are becoming pretty popular. I mean, like a content creator, it can literally just be a way, like you don't have to change anything, say, oh, I love traveling. Then just start making some YouTube videos every time you travel, and boom, you could be paying for everywhere you go. It really can just be an outlet to just do something you enjoy.
Yeah, it's
for a living.
Really simple. Like you just do whatever you were doing in the first place. Just bring a camera with you, post it on YouTube, edit it maybe 10-15 minutes out of your time, depending on how much you're filming, and put it out there. If you don't get any views, you don't get any views. If you do, then you start making money off it. Like, I mean, YouTube, they pay you like 15, like they pay you a good amount for monetization, right?
People don't realize, like YouTube creators, this number might be like way wrong, but it's something like 15 cents per like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
That sounds really low. That might be horribly wrong, but
look it up. Y'all can look it up on your phones right now.
I mean, like someone with like 50K views per video is making a good amount of money.
Yeah. If you do the math and be like, okay, what will I make if I get one video to 50,000 likes, and look up the number, and maybe that might motivate you to start a YouTube channel. There'll be just something to shoot for. or you can start a podcast,
Oh yeah.
ASAP Finance, I heard.
I heard the competition is pretty intense with ASAP Finance.
Yeah,
Right
I don't
now.
know. You might want to stay out of the finance sector. Maybe go to like gaming or something. Something where we aren't here, because we're just breaking records out here every episode. So,
and I mean, some people might not want to make content, but if you have like a unique skill like designing logos or editing videos, like that's pretty. People need that too. Like content creators themselves are always looking for people to edit videos for them, because that's honestly pretty difficult, especially someone who's experienced with a software like Adobe Premiere Pro. Like it takes hours and hours to get experience with that, and people will hire you to do it for them.
For sure. And that brings us to our next slide. For anyone out there, like if y'all listened and you were like, oh, I don't know, none of these things, like specific things really appeal to me. It's this simple. All you got to do is figure out like what you enjoy, like say painting or like editing, Photoshop, droning, photography. Literally just choose something that you enjoy and turn it into a skill, and just build that skill up until you can sell it to other people. And that's the simplest path to make money. And you'll be doing something you enjoy and you want to do anyways, and then you just sell it to other people. So say you really love taking photos, like, and you go downtown or you go to the parks and you take photos just for fun. You could honestly just start posting it online and build a portfolio up, and then just reach out to people, be like, hey, do you need a photographer for this event? Hey, I want to take photographers, or I want to, I took pictures of this park in a city, and then email it the photos to the city, and maybe they'll buy it off you, or maybe they'll just put it on their account and they'll put your name up there and you can get recognition anyways. And then also make sure you guys regardless of what you're doing right now, or if you're trying to get a job, download Fiverr and Upwork, because you will be surprised at, like, if you just go in on there and scroll through everything, you can see like all these job postings on there, and you might not even, like, you might see something someone's paying you $50 an hour to proofread an essay. And if you're good at proofreading, all you do, you proofread it, return it to them, and they pay you the money. Like, you don't have to come up with an idea on your own. You can literally just hop on these websites. They're so good and they're so reliable to connect people and find a job that you didn't even know about in the first place.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are just itching to go start one of these or go build your own skills.
I hope so.
So we'll let you get to that. Like I said, thanks for watching. Make sure if you guys got anything that you're like, I need ASAP Finance to make a video on this, drop it in our YouTube comments.
We're looking to get some guests on here probably for the next episode or so.
Yep, for sure.
We want to bring on another personality, another perspective on the world. So make sure y'all subscribe and follow us on all the platforms. What are all the platforms again, Sam?
We got ASAP_finance on Twitter, $AP Finance on YouTube, and ASAP Finance on TikTok.
So make sure you guys go follow them. Comment what you want to see. Comment if we're doing a good job. Our first episode wasn't the perfect. We're getting better. That's the whole point.
Anything, like, we don't want you guys to hold back. If some is just, you're not liking it,
let us know. We don't, pretend we don't have feelings and literally write a whole paragraph attacking us, and we will do better. We promise. As long as you guys comment and tell us what we need to do, we will try our best to do better.
Alrighty. This is not financial or legal advice. Make sure to seek financial and professional help if you need, and we will help you guys, or we will catch you guys in the next episode.
Smooth.